6 months ago, I came off of my internship and I was the top of the sales bracket. I could run across the ballpark and back in about 2 minutes flat and solve any problem. I was at a high, literally. I felt potential and I felt good about myself. And then I came up to school and I was sitting in classes and I was dying. Honestly, I was fidgety and I couldn't pay attention and I just wanted to go out and do something with the energy that I had, and nothing sufficed. My teachers didn't see me as an equal like my bosses did. My, co-workers, so to speak, my classmates, they didn't value my work. They didn't value my input. And so I started to feel a lot smaller than I did at baseball. Now, no one did that on purpose. That's just the reality of it, on what it was to come back. But from coming onto this high and getting back to school at the low point, at rock bottom, at feeling like nothing, I had a hard time. A lot of times it felt like I hit the ground fast. I didn't want to sit up. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to do anything because nothing I felt that I did was relevant. Because I wasn't getting paid for it. Because I wasn't getting praised for it. But because it didn't feel relevant to me, I didn't feel relevant. So I slipped into a depression. And I cringe a little saying that I was depressed because I know what I experienced was nothing what everyone else felt, but I couldn't control it. I came off of this amazing experience and I had hit this slope, this dip, this hit to the ground that I couldn't fathom. So what did I do? When I didn't feel relevant, I did nothing. And I got sad and depressed and upset at everything around me. And finally I had a friend who looked at me as an equal, even though she was high above me, and called me out on it. Said, "Emily, I know you're upset. What's wrong?" Now people ask how you're doing, but no one says what's wrong. And so I spilled out my heart. I told her everything, and I realized then that I was depressed. And she said, "You know what? Your depression doesn't get one more day. The depression is going to come because of your instance, but that doesn't get to control whether you get up in the morning, or the choices that you make, or the potential that you do have. That's all on you." And the minute that it clicked in my brain that I could change how I was feeling by doing things that were relevant, I got back on the horse. I did it when I walked out on the stage after working for 3 months with a really good friend, and I told people why BYU Idaho was important. Not necessarily my reasoning, because for my reasoning it said it got me out of depression, it made me gain friends, and it made me gain self-image again after losing it. That's why it was important to me. But I was able to stand up and tell thousands of people, and to genuinely, for the first time in 4 months, to smile. To smile and genuinely feel happy. You control whether you feel relevant and whether what you do around you is relevant. Don't do something because it's socially acceptable or because it's the right thing to do. Find it because it's relevant and it's important. And you'll feel important. And you'll feel relevant. Even if it takes some pain and suffering.